My name is Mark, and I've always been a curious person. I live in a small town where nothing much happens, except for that one terrifying incident at our local Walmart. It all started when a little girl named Stephanie went missing. Stephanie was an adorable 6-year-old girl with bright blue eyes and a contagious smile. She lived with her parents just a few blocks away from me. One sunny afternoon, Stephanie's parents sent her to Walmart to buy some groceries. It was a routine trip that she had made countless times before, but this time, she never returned. As the days passed, the whole town became engulfed in worry and fear. The police launched a massive search operation, and volunteers scoured every corner of the town, desperately hoping to find any clue that would lead to Stephanie. But there was no sign of her. A week had passed since Stephanie's disappearance when the police received an anonymous tip. The caller claimed to have information about Stephanie's whereabouts, and the address he provided sent chills down their spines. It was the old abandoned warehouse near the outskirts of town. The police immediately rushed to the location and discovered a chilling scene. Inside a decrepit, rusted refrigerator lay the lifeless body of Stephanie. She had been hidden away, out of sight, and the shock of finding her in such a horrifying state sent shockwaves throughout our close-knit community. The news spread like wildfire, and everyone was filled with grief and anger. The police launched a full-scale investigation, determined to find the person responsible for this heinous act. But as the days turned into weeks, and then into months, the case went cold. No leads, no suspects, nothing. The town was left in a state of perpetual unease. People locked their doors, parents clutched their children a little tighter, and the once bustling Walmart now had an eerie atmosphere. It became a place of whispered rumors and unsettling glances. As for me, I couldn't shake off the feeling that there was something more to this tragic story. I had a hunch that there were secrets lurking beneath the surface, waiting to be unearthed. Determined to find the truth, I delved into the investigation, desperate to bring justice to Stephanie and closure to our shattered community. Little did I know that my pursuit of the truth would plunge me into a dark and twisted web of secrets, exposing me to unimaginable horrors that I never thought possible. The answers I sought were buried deep within the twisted minds of those who had done this, and I was about to uncover them, no matter the cost. With each passing day, my determination to unravel the truth grew stronger. I knew I had to dig deeper to uncover the secrets hidden behind Stephanie's tragic fate. As I delved into the investigation, I discovered a series of unsettling facts that sent shivers down my spine. First, I learned that Stephanie had been seen talking to a middle-aged man near the entrance of Walmart on the day she disappeared. Witnesses described him as tall and slender, wearing a worn-out brown jacket and a baseball cap pulled low over his face. The man seemed familiar to some, but no one could place him. I started questioning the employees at Walmart, hoping to find someone who had noticed something unusual that day. Most claimed not to recall anything out of the ordinary, but one cashier, Lisa, caught my attention. She hesitated before finally admitting that she had seen the man talking to Stephanie shortly before she vanished. According to Lisa, the man appeared agitated, as if he was in a hurry. She overheard snippets of their conversation, and it seemed that Stephanie was trying to help him find something inside the store. The details were hazy, but it was enough to pique my curiosity. I decided to retrace Stephanie's steps that fateful day. Walking through the aisles of Walmart, I tried to imagine what might have happened. And then I noticed something peculiar, a section of the store that seemed oddly neglected and abandoned. It was a dimly lit corridor, tucked away behind a row of shelves, hardly visible from the main aisles. The floor was littered with debris, and the shelves were half empty, as if it had been forgotten by time. My instincts told me that there was more to this hidden space than met the eye. Carefully, I ventured deeper into the forgotten corridor, my heart pounding in my chest. As I approached the end, I noticed a heavy metal door, slightly ajar. I hesitated for a moment, unsure of what I might find on the other side, but my determination pushed me forward. I pushed the door open, and a gust of stale air greeted me. Before me lay a vast underground storage area, a labyrinth of darkened rooms and narrow passages. It was a hidden world beneath the bustling surface of Walmart, a world that held the secrets I had been searching for. As I cautiously explored the underground maze, I stumbled upon a small room that felt different from the others. It was colder, almost freezing, and the air was heavy with a peculiar odor. Something was off. And then I saw it, a small flickering light coming from behind a stack of crates. I approached the source of the light and gasped at what I found. It was a makeshift living space, hidden away from prying eyes. The walls were adorned with disturbing drawings, and scattered on the floor were discarded wrappers and empty food containers. It was as if someone had been living here, lurking in the shadows of Walmart. My mind raced as I tried to piece together the puzzle. Was this the hideout of the man Lisa had seen with Stephanie? Did he have a connection to her disappearance? And most importantly, was he still lurking somewhere in the depths of Walmart? Suddenly, a noise echoed through the underground labyrinth, jolting me from my thoughts. It was a faint, shuffling sound, coming from a nearby passage. My heart pounded in my ears as I realized that I was not alone. Someone else was down here with me. My name is Nate, and I've always had a fascination with abandoned places. There's something eerie and captivating about the remnants of forgotten places, frozen in time. So when I heard rumors of a deserted Walmart on the outskirts of town, I couldn't resist the temptation to explore it. Late one evening, armed with a flashlight and a sense of adventure, I made my way to the abandoned Walmart. The parking lot was desolate, with weeds growing through the cracks in the asphalt. The store itself loomed before me, its windows shattered, and its entrance covered in graffiti. As I cautiously stepped inside, a chill ran down my spine. The air was heavy with an unsettling silence. It felt as though I had entered a ghost town where time stood still. The aisles stretched out before me, filled with decaying merchandise and broken shelves. It was as if the entire store had been abruptly abandoned, with no signs of life anywhere. I made my way through the aisles, my footsteps echoing in the empty space. The flickering light from my flashlight created eerie shadows that danced along the walls. My heart pounded in my chest, a mixture of fear and excitement coursing through me. Suddenly, I heard a faint sound, like a whisper carried on the wind. I stopped in my tracks, straining to listen. There it was again, a soft voice calling my name. Nate. Nate. My curiosity got the better of me, and I followed the voice. It led me deeper into the store, toward the back storeroom. As I approached, the whispers grew louder, more distinct. The room was shrouded in darkness, but I could sense a presence, something otherworldly. Summoning my courage, I stepped inside the storeroom and pointed my flashlight around. And that's when I saw him. A figure standing in the corner, dressed in tattered Walmart employee uniform. It was as if time had stopped for him too. "Who are you?" I asked, my voice trembling. The figure turned slowly towards me, his face worn and pale. He spoke in a hushed voice. "I am Kevin, the last employee of this Walmart. I've been trapped here, unable to leave." My mind raced with a mix of fear and curiosity. How could he still be here, a ghost haunting the abandoned store? I wanted to run, to escape this eerie encounter, but something compelled me to stay. "What happened to you, Kevin?" I managed to ask, my voice barely above a whisper. Kevin sighed, his eyes filled with sorrow. "It all began years ago. This Walmart was a thriving place, bustling with customers and employees. But one fateful night, something went terribly wrong. A fire broke out, trapping us inside. I tried to save as many people as I could, but the flames consumed everything. In the end, I was the only one left." A shiver ran down my spine as I listened to Kevin's tale. The tragedy that unfolded in this place was beyond anything I could have imagined. The weight of the past hung heavy in the air, and I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being drawn into something much bigger than myself. I stood there, transfixed by Kevin's haunting story. The flames, the desperation, the sense of loss. It all lingered in the air, creating a suffocating atmosphere. I couldn't fathom the pain and anguish Kevin must have endured, trapped within these walls for all these years. "Why are you still here, Kevin?" I finally managed to ask, my voice quivering. "I don't know," he replied, his voice filled with resignation. "Perhaps it's the guilt that keeps me tied to this place. I couldn't save them, couldn't prevent the tragedy that unfolded. And so I remain forever haunted by my failures." Tears welled up in his eyes, and for a moment I saw the weight of his burden etched upon his face. I felt a surge of empathy for Kevin, a desire to help him find some semblance of peace. "Kevin," I said softly, taking a step closer to him, "you're not alone anymore. I'm here, and together, we can find a way to release you from this place." Kevin's gaze met mine, his expression a mix of hope and skepticism. "You really think so? After all this time?" I nodded, determination coursing through me. "I believe there's a way. We'll find a way to set you free, to lay the past to rest." Over the following weeks, Kevin and I embarked on a journey to unravel the mysteries surrounding the tragedy that befell the Walmart. We delved into old records, newspaper clippings, and even interviewed some of the survivors. With each piece of information we uncovered, the truth began to unfold, piece by haunting piece. It turned out that the fire had been caused by a faulty electrical wiring in the building. Negligence on the part of the management and inadequate safety measures had exacerbated the situation, turning a minor incident into a full-blown catastrophe. The guilt that had burdened Kevin for all these years was not entirely his to bear. Armed with this knowledge, Kevin and I reached out to the families of the victims, sharing our findings and expressing our heartfelt apologies. It was a cathartic experience, filled with tears, forgiveness, and closure. Together, we organized a memorial service to honor the lives lost, paying tribute to the victims and bringing a sense of healing to the community. As the memorial service concluded, I turned to Kevin, who stood by my side. The weight that had plagued him for so long seemed to have lifted, replaced by a newfound peace. He smiled, a bittersweet smile filled with gratitude. "Thank you, Nate," Kevin said, his voice filled with emotion. "You've given me a chance to find redemption, to let go of the past and embrace the future." With that, Kevin's spirit began to fade, his form dissipating into the ether. I watched, awestruck, as he disappeared, knowing that he had finally found the peace he so desperately sought. The abandoned Walmart, once a place of darkness and despair, now stood as a testament to resilience and forgiveness. It became a symbol of the community's ability to come together, to heal the wounds of the past, and to move forward. And as for me, well, the experience changed me. It made me realize the power of empathy, the importance of confronting our demons, and the strength that lies in unity. I became an advocate for safety awareness, using Kevin's story as a catalyst to prevent similar tragedies from happening again.